Yeah, I thought that was a song. What is this?
Pitbull.
Is this for me?
It's for you. You're going to go spring breaking it, right? fall break?
In the fall break. I'm going fall breaking it.
Fall break? There's so many people taking
Fireball.
vacation
Oh, yeah. Fireball.
right now. One of our bosses is taking vacation. One of our salespeople, they're going to Hawaii at the same exact time. Like together. But they didn't even know that they were going at the same time.
Who is?
Mark and George.
Fireball.
Who's George?
You know who George is.
They're going to Hawaii together?
Yes.
But not together,
Not
but
together.
at the same time.
Yes.
Is it Mark W. or Mark T?
Wouldn't it suck to go on vacation
Yeah.
and find out,
Go down to the pool and there's one of your coworkers?
yes, that you're staying at the same hotel with somebody with your like as a coworker?
Actually, I don't
Or even worse, like you find out that they're staying in the hotel room across the hall from you. You'd be like, "What?"
Happy Friday, everybody! When is it?
Like
kick in?
I'm gonna go stay in your guys'. I'm gonna take next week off too.
No.
I'm gonna stay right across the hall from you guys. Cabo. Or my kids.
Fireball.
This is so funny because when you go to Mexico, this song is so old. What is this, 10 years old? 6 years old?
Probably, yeah.
This will be all over the place down there. They are so far behind.
Oh, I
and
know.
They blare this crap nonstop.
Do they still play? It's been so long since I've been to Mexico and spent any time there, but outside of like cruises where you just get off the cruise. Do they still at bars play reruns of America's Funniest Home Videos while they play music like this?
I don't know.
Because it's so funny because
But they still play like Salt and Pepper.
yeah, people
And they
go out so
play,
late
like
too.
Everybody Dance Now, like all the 90s stuff. Like we were at that Senior Frogs, and that's a big chain. And you would think they would be able to get this together. No.
No,
That's all they play.
It's so funny. We went to La Boom. You know where La Boom is?
La Boom.
It's in Cancun.
Oh, is it the big club, right?
Yeah, it's a big black box. Looks like a Costco. But it's a nightclub. And we went to La Boom on all-you-can-drink night. $25, all you can drink. And the drinks are super watered down, but it's all-you-can-drink night. That's the night everybody goes. So I was like, well, if we're going to go on all-you-can-drink night, we were there for like 2 weeks. If we're going to go on all-you-can-drink night, let's take advantage of it and get there right when they open. So it was like 8:30 or something ridiculous like that. People don't, it's an East Coast mentality. People don't go out until midnight on the East Coast. Wasted by the time everybody comes out. You know? You're almost wasted to the point where you're like full. You know, you're like, oh, God, I just want to go home.
Yeah, I can't
and now
drink
people are
anymore.
just getting here. Don't ever try to get your money's worth at the all-you-can-drink night at La Boom.
Well, and the thing is, I remember going to Mexico, and it was Mazatlan, and it was our high school trip, and they literally had a 33-gallon garbage can with a liner in it, like a garbage liner, and it was just full of like a punch, and they were just scooping it, putting it in little plastic cups, and everybody wanted to know why they crapped for a month
Pretty
after they
sanitary.
left. Diarrhea.
That's pretty sanitary.
Anyways, that's a little different than what I do today, but it wouldn't be bad if you could meet. You talking about our sales staff? Like if I was on vacation and I saw somebody that we work with, but in another part of the building that I don't normally get to see, it might be fun to get to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
As long as there's drinks involved, I think I could make it okay.
Yeah, but you would not be able to let loose like you let loose on vacation because he would come back and he'd be like, dude, you should have seen Jeff down in Cabo.
Yeah, he was running around with his pants off. Yeah, right.
You know, it's like the worst thing you could do.
You should have seen Jeff on the freaking Amtrak train down to the Holiday Bowl. That was funny.
Yes.
Anyways.
Unfortunately, if you have our Facebook, if you're one of our friends on Facebook, you saw that.
Yeah. I shared a few pictures.
Until it was deleted 5 hours after.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I still have a picture on my phone. I'll put it back up, just like you put up my bikini pics. Okay, so yesterday something happened on the program that's never happened before, and I'm sure it will happen again. And we almost forgot about the fact that this could happen until a couple of days ago, and then we were like, oh, wait.
We just happened to be talking about it, but we didn't bring it to anybody's attention. We were just like, hey, I'm surprised. Maybe, in fact, we were thinking about shelving the prize and switching it back to 7 minutes with Suzanne. Now, what has transpired over the last 22 hours is we're wholeheartedly going with it now because the discussion is too much. It was almost trending
No,
on
I
Twitter.
love it. It's so
It
good.
was almost trending on Twitter yesterday.
And so Tim and Michelle, they won the 12 Days of Christmas last year. And, of course, they won this great trip. They won tickets to the California Mid-State Fair, 6 shows. I mean, it's a huge prize package, a case of wine. I mean, all this really cool stuff. Zip lining. What else? We had Uggs. We had so much stuff. It was like over $5,000.
He said that they got to do so much cool stuff over the course of the years and over the course of the year and received a ton of cool prizes. And then they forgot about one, and that was the 7 fast passes. Well, he remembered. He decided to use one yesterday.
And so he called in, or he wrote in on the 805 text line. He said, "Hey, can I use the fast pass to get qualified?" And so we're like, "Oh, of course. Yeah, that's what it's for. You still have, you'll still have 6 more after this." So he chose to do it. And it upset some people that were calling in trying to get qualified because they really want to go see Metallica. And this guy was not having any of it.
Hey, I called in on the Metallica song and got through and was on hold, and then I was cut off.
Yeah, because
fast pass.
Yeah, Tim had the fast pass.
Well, my question is I had already gotten through as the first caller, so you cut me off.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He had
After the fact.
You weren't the first caller. Tim was. He had a fast pass.
Have you ever been to Disneyland, sir?
Why was I on hold then?
Oh,
God. You seriously, you're going to argue with us?
No, I'm not arguing, but I feel like you guys cut me off.
No, you didn't get cut off. You didn't get cut off.
The first caller.
You didn't get cut off by us. You got cut off by Tim.
That's what a fast
So
pass
then you
is.
kicked off the person that was the first caller.
And you-
then give the
Have you ever
fast
been
pass.
cut in line in front of in a line before?
He doesn't like people.
Yeah,
He doesn't
but
like
I
cutters.
understand what you guys are saying, but you don't understand what I'm saying.
I do understand
I
what
was
you're saying.
already the first caller in. So this
Well,
is
you don't know
after.
that because
You don't know that.
we have lots of lines and we put
Yeah.
everybody on hold. But the thing is, it doesn't matter because Tim had a fast pass.
Well, Tim could kiss my ass, and I'm pissed off.
So you're not understanding what we're saying, and we're trying to explain to him that when you have a fast pass, it doesn't matter if you were the first person. It doesn't matter if you were the last person. It doesn't matter what person you were.
Don't you
a fast
agree,
pass goes
though?
right to the front.
We could have been a little bit more sensitive on his frustration on that one.
No, not me.
We have these digital downloads. I think we should at least
Oh, yeah, we'll give him one. That's fine.
We should offer him the digital
Since we're
download.
laughing at the guy, yes, I feel that we should give him
I mean,
something.
yesterday, in retrospect...
But
we
I
should
don't
have
even
given
know who he is. He never gave us a
I
name.
know. So if you call back, we have voice recognition software in which we will verify.
No, you just have to say, well, I'm pissed off at Tim. He can kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. If you say that in the same cadence, we'll give you the digital download for Justice for All.
How pathetic can some people be?
My dad used to drink the Hockey Night in Canada every Saturday. Like, it was a tradition. Like, if we had to go do something, we'd go to my auntie's. I was like, well, isn't Dad coming? Oh, it's Hockey Night in Canada. He gets the drink to it. I was like, whoa, I want that tradition when I get married. That's what it is, too. My mom always, she gets worried. She's like, because you're always around booze in this. She's like, you better watch it, alcoholism. She goes, it's a disease. I was like, wow. That has to be the best disease out there. Like, can you imagine if you just had a wheel and you were going to get a disease, you just spin a big wheel, you're like, holy man, come on, alcoholism. Woo, right on, alcoholism. Awesome. What'd you get? Flesh-eating disease. Oh, tough one. What's the side effects of that? Eats your flesh. Oh. I'm not trading. Get out of here. Where does it say side effects? I'll tell you. Where's my... Oh, yeah. Good times. This is good.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Sit at the bar, have a drink with the girl on the moon.
Girl on the Moon. You know what that reference is to?
Living the high life,
Right
hoping
there.
it don't end too soon.
No, I don't.
Girl on the Moon. That's the logo of the High Life. We don't know that because we don't drink the High Life.
Miller High Life?
Miller High Life.
I thought that was just champagne and beers.
It is, and they are taking that ball and running with it. They have released a limited edition champagne bottle filled with the High Life.
Oh, it's stupid.
Just in time for the holidays. Now, this is what you have to do when your beer tastes like it literally came off the floor of the dirtiest bar in the state of California, is you have to package it up and give it some kind of hip angle, like the champagne of beers in a champagne bottle.
How can my favorite light beer
I don't know.
be also have my one of my least favorite? Actually, I think I would drink the High Life over Bud Light because at least there's a taste there.
But I ask myself the same question all the time. I'm like, how can I like Miller Lite so much and think that Miller High Life is such swill?
Yeah, it's not good.
It comes from the same family. It should be just a variation of their beers because they're using the same. You would think they're using the same ingredients, and light beer they do an excellent job with. They're the originators of. High Life they're also the originators of. Unfortunately, it tastes like swill.
God, I haven't had a Miller High Life in so long.
Well,
Maybe it's better.
You know what you're getting for Christmas from me. One of these limited edition bottles.
No, I don't
Because it'll
want the
never get
bottle.
opened.
No, I'll. Oh, you can't even savor that.
It's going to have
Chop the top off.
It's going to have
not
a
enough pressure.
classic and classy interpretation of the label that everybody knows, with gold foil wrapping along over the top of it, in a 25.4 ounce bottle. Is that what a wine bottle is? Is that what a champagne bottle is?
750.
Yeah,
milliliter?
750 milliliters. Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Great choice for dumbass of the day.
Yeah, because
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, they call it the champagne of beers. Great. Don't put it in a champagne bottle. That's. I mean, what's
well,
the
do
point?
it, because it's marketing. Because that's the only way you're going to get people to buy your beer.
Now, is the champagne bottle going to be brown with a Miller High Life sticker on it? That would be okay.
We'll share a picture of this over on our Facebook page, but it's going to be clear.
No.
See,
I don't like
and
it.
that you need to make it green or
Oh, wait,
brown or something like
no,
that.
but the Miller High Life bottle, I think, is clear.
Yes,
Okay.
but I mean, all it is a dressed up bottle. Like they're charging you more for the packaging than they are for the contents, right? In this instance,
Oh, yeah.
because it's a limited edition. You can only buy it for the holidays. Blah blah blah. It's still swill. This is the ultimate lipstick on a pig, right? Like, this is the crappiest beer that you could ever drink in the world, and we're going to put a gold foil wrapping on the top of it just so you can buy it for your friends. It's actually brilliant marketing, which does not make the folks at Miller today's dumbass of the day. But anybody who buys this for anybody that they call a friend, buy it for your enemies, okay? But don't buy it for your friends. If you,
Thanks for buying me one. I appreciate it.
If you do,
buy for the people you really hate.
if you do, then you automatically are Jeff and Jeremy's.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Or I can't do that one.
What was that?
I was going to start, are you ready? But I can't do that one because that
Are you
guy-
ready to?
No, don't say it.
I think you can say it if you say it. You just can't play him saying it.
Oh.
Oh, but maybe not. Maybe he actually.
I
We're
don't think-
talking about the rumble call
Yeah.
that you hear before fights.
Yeah, you can't say it.
We were not sent a cease and desist,
But
were we?
one of our properties
One
was.
of our radio stations in our company was.
Uh-huh.
That is not here.
And I don't know if they said it or
we cannot
I think
say
they
the Michael
played it back.
Buffer
I think
saying.
they played it back.
But,
yeah, but I
yeah.
think he's trademarked the say. So,
Yeah.
so I don't know if The Rock has trademarked. Can you smell Kavanaugh 2.0?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Kavanaugh 2.0.
that just really sucked the air out of the
Whoa,
room.
wait a second. What are you talking? Hey, man, he was innocent. There was no evidence.
No, we didn't talk
There
about
was
this
no
yesterday.
evidence.
We didn't talk about this yesterday, but
Why are you bringing up Brett Kavanaugh? You know.
no, you, hold on, settle down. Okay, I know you bring up Kavanaugh and automatically everybody's on the defense. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it could happen again. Donald Trump could get an appointee now with a split Senate and House.
Are you talking about Jeff
will
Sessions?
Which will be
Sessions?
No, I'm not talking about.
What are you
Attorney
talking
General.
about then?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was a Supreme Court justice.
Oh, she fell down and hurt herself.
At the spry old age of 85, broke 3 ribs the other night.
That's so sad.
It is. Now, apparently, she stays in good shape-ish. Have you seen her?
She's in great shape. She's 80 what?
85.
Yeah.
But
she looks better than
She also looks like she wears-
Feinstein, whatever
No,
you
I
call her.
think they both
I think
look-
it's Feinstein.
They look both good for their age in different respects. Okay?
Oh,
Like-
we don't. Okay. Well, I think Ruth looks like she takes better care of herself.
Well, she's so tiny. I mean, like she's a pocket Supreme Court judge.
You should read her backstory. She really is she's had a hell of a career and done a lot of things for women.
So apparently she works with a personal trainer on a regular basis, but she's getting really old. She fell down the other day and she broke 3 ribs. Now, I don't know if I'm 85 and I'm in a job. Now, granted, you're in that job as long as you want to be in that job. But if I'm 85 and I'm in a job and I break down and I fall down and I get 3 broken ribs and I have a really good retirement plan, which Supreme Court justices do, they have awesome retirement
She's
plan.
85. She's not worried about retirement, Jeff.
Right.
No. Hold on. This is not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
No, she'll be fine. She's going to heal. I mean, it's ribs. It's not like it's her head. It's not like she hit her head.
What does this do for upcoming sessions of the Supreme Court?
Well, she can still be a part of it. Wheel her in, or I don't know. Maybe she can walk. It's just ribs.
Would that be to work in the Supreme Court? Just as even a custodian.
They get a lot of breaks.
And Ruth is walking by, and it takes her. It's like, you don't watch Parks and Rec, but there's an episode of Parks and Rec where she's got to go give a rally speech to a crowd of people. And they get a good crowd of people to go hear this rally speech, and everything goes wrong for the rally speech, including the arena that she was going to go give it in. They couldn't take the basketball court, like the basketball court could not be put on the floor because there was a ice hockey game the night before, and they didn't get around to putting the basketball court, so they have to walk across the ice to go to the stage. So they're falling down all over the place. That's what I would... And Gloria Stefan's "Get on Your Feet,"
and they're all falling down.
They're all falling down.
I got to start recording that again.
And it is one of the greatest. I mean, literally, I've seen it 100 times, and I cry laughing every time I see it. But that's what I would picture Ruth Bader Ginsburg going to the seat to sit down on a daily basis would be like. It'd be painful to watch.
Yeah.
It would be so. I mean, we're talking about a sitcom here. This is not real life, okay?
God, can the country
watch
handle another Supreme Court justice nominee? I mean, I just don't know. I'm already done with the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Ballmer!
Thank you. I love this. This is a great Friday song right here. The owner of your Los Angeles Clippers.
So on the Parks and Rec episode, like they just have the chorus, they just have the hook, and because it's taking them so long to walk across the ice, it stops, and it's just complete silence. So the person that's running the music doesn't know what to do. So like everybody falls down, and then he fires the music again.
Well,
I'm sorry, you were saying, if the country could handle another, appointee
so
from
I
Trump
really hope she'll be okay.
But even if 2 years, it's asking a lot for somebody that's 85 to stick it out. And
well,
that's
she's
a
mentally still there.
That 2 years is a possibility of 6 years. I guarantee you that's not going to, like, if he gets voted into, if he gets reelected, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is going to be done before his term is done. So we could have Kavanaugh 2.0. Oh, man, this country.
Do we have to call it Kavanaugh 2.0?
Yesterday, well, it's going to be because the Democrats will find anything, and anybody's got any skeleton in
That's
the closet.
my question, okay? Let's transfer. So what is it? Okay, the House is now majority Democrat, and the Senate is still majority. As a matter of fact, they picked up a few seats. Republican. Mm-hmm. So a bill, when they create a bill, usually starts at the House, then goes to the Senate, then can go back to the House. And I mean, it's like, what does this mean? Does this mean nothing's ever going to get done for the next couple of years?
Well, remember, Scalia died on Obama's watch, and the Senate was the majority for the GOP when it happened. And they just said, we're not going to approve anybody that you bring up.
Because Obama was getting ready to leave office and Trump was going to be the president.
Yeah, we're going to take our chances.
This happened after the election.
No, it happened before the election.
Oh, it did? Okay.
They said that we're going to take our chances on whoever runs as a Republican is going to win next time, and then we will progress forward with that. Now that they have the House, I don't know. I'm not entirely now that the Democrats have the House. I'm not sure how that works.
So you got the Democrats in the House, you got the Republicans in the Senate. And
Senate
votes.
Senate votes are the ones that are needed to confirm a Supreme Court nominee.
Okay, all right.
So it's still
that's got to drive
the Supreme Court's still in the GOP's court.
Yeah, that's got to drive all the liberals very nuts.
They'll find something from somebody's past, and then they'll
draw it out.
They'll draw it out.
They'll make up things.
And,
they'll literally make things up. They're going after some of these people that accused him, and they found no evidence of. They're prosecuting.
Dude, everybody in this country needs CTFD. Okay,
I'm just telling you.
I
think
saw
twice
both,
before you
both
start
Don Lemon
listening to
and
some
Tucker Carlson.
senator.
Both Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson were getting death threats yesterday. Okay, like everybody just settle down. Okay. Gosh, because it's not like one side getting death. They're all getting death threats. I'm definitely
Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson. Come on, are you serious? Those are the two lamest news opinionated analysts, whatever you want to call them, that we have on television.
Well, they're lame because
can we
so
not get
opinionated.
Anybody better?
I am.
What's the guy on Fox that you hate? That's on at night.
I definitely would steer. Tucker Carlson's one of them.
No.
Sean Hannity.
Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
Now there's a guy. All right.
There's a guy
right
he's
there.
A jag.
He should be the one.
He is a jag.
He should
He's
be
just
the one.
Another guy.
He's the guy. All right. Now who's the liberal that should be getting that's better than Don Lemon?
I don't know. I guess Anderson Cooper. To some extent.
I kind of like him though. He's like
too.
the male Ellen. I think they kind of look alike too. But anyways,
Anderson's not a jag. Just another guy.
Oh, I'm starting to see some true colors coming out of you now.
What do you mean?
We'll see. Let me see what's going on here.
I don't see what's going on here.
Yeah. Your liberal agenda. You like the liberal, you don't like the conservative? You're not calling him a jag.
Some conservatives I like.
Who do you like?
I used to like Bill O'Reilly quite a bit. I did.
Bill O'Reilly's in it for Bill O'Reilly.
He's no longer.
Bill O'Reilly doesn't care either way.
But I used to watch his show, and it would. You know what I miss about Bill O'Reilly is you get.
That he used to touch women up their skirt?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't. That part's the part I don't like. The part about Bill O'Reilly that I miss is the fact that he would do 10 minutes of content, yell at Megyn Kelly for 5 minutes, and then promote his book for the next 15 minutes.
He was entertaining to watch.
I mean, you talk about somebody being in it for himself, but it was just blatant promotion. Oh, by the way, buy my 7 books. Come see me and Dennis Miller on a tour. I mean, it was just like promotion. I was like, dude, you gonna get any content in here? But I do miss him.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
So Facebook has a new undo for their Messenger. So if you don't use Messenger, I guess this really doesn't affect you. But if you send something on Messenger to someone, you have 10 minutes to hit the unsend, and it will actually wipe it from their inbox.
What if
in
they've
their
seen
Messenger.
it? What if they've seen it?
Well, then they've already seen it.
It amazes me how quickly people get to Messenger stuff. Most of my most successful fantasy football trades are conducted over Facebook Messenger.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, you've been holding your cards on that one.
Well, I'm just saying that's where.
Why don't I do that?
Some people I don't know their phone number, so I go to Facebook Messenger, and it's funny because I'll send them emails. Days go by, don't hear an email. I'll ask them if I see them in person. Hey, did you get my email on the trade last week? They'll be like, no. I hit them up on Facebook Messenger the next go round, and it's instant. People are so tied into Messenger, which I refuse to put on my phone because it is a data suck.
It's a data suck, and you read what they want access to.
Yeah.
It's everybody that you're friends with on Facebook, everybody that's on your contacts with your phone number, and they want access to your microphone on your phone.
Yeah.
Which means they can listen to you at any time, which they're probably already doing anyways.
Things right now.
So, wow, that's interesting. But you can hit unsend if you say something unfavorable.
So it's just good for the eyes, right? They probably keep a record of it.
Have you ever sent a message that you're like, ooh?
Yes, all the time. I do that all the time.
And then you regret that you sent the message?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't know. You know what it usually ends up doing? Is it will ruffle some feathers and piss some people off, but it usually ends up opening the dialogue a little bit more. I call it my President Trump line of communications. Like, I got to, you know what? I got to give it to President Trump.
I've seen you do this in emails forms to management.
Yes.
Here. And for some reason you copy me on it, and I'm like, oh, God.
And it doesn't, what's it usually do?
I mean,
it opens the line of discussion, right? It does. It opens the line of discussion. Whereas before, everybody's just closed off on it.
Yeah, but sometimes it pisses people off.
That's why I'm very selective in my email correspondence. Like if these weekly reminders that we get from management, which are basically the same reminder, and everybody replies to it, I don't reply to them because I'm like, yeah, I've seen them, been there, done that, read the book 1,000 times. Don't need to do it. But if you get a response from me in email, you've said something. You've said something that drew my ire, and I might need to say something about it. Now Google's made it too easy with their standardized response button.
Yeah. Well, wait. But Google also in Gmail there is a unsend option
you have
there
like
too.
15 seconds or something like that.
And they're making it up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess once you calm down, and then you realize
I will compose the email the night
that
before.
takes a few minutes.
Like if I'm really heated, I will compose the email the night before. Go back, look at it the next morning. If I'm okay with how that went down.
I wish I could do that. I need to do that.
If I'm okay with how that went down, I'll go ahead and hit send the next morning if I'm still really pissed off about it.
Does that ever happen to you? I'll get mad and I'll say something to somebody.
Yes.
And then, I'm convinced that I am so mad and I'm so convinced that I'm still going to be mad tomorrow. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh man, maybe it really wasn't that big a deal. And there is no unsaid. And my wife always says, you can't take back words. I'm like, what do you mean you can't take back words? Of course I can't take back words. But they're just words. She takes it, like if I say something insulting that it's like the end of the world. I'm like, they're just words. Guess what? That moment is gone. It's in the past. Let's move forward. No, you can't take back words. Unless you use Facebook Messenger. So if you tend to respond irresponsibly, then maybe this is something you can use.
I know Wednesday's in the rearview mirror, and we usually do the Would You Rathers on Wednesday, but you're going to be gone next week, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there.
Oh, I love Would You Rathers.
Would you rather have somebody be really mean and insulting to your face, or rather have somebody be really mean and insulting to you in an email?
To my face. I want to see the communication.
Yeah, you want to see the cadence and the tone.
I want tone. You can't get all that in an email.
In fact, oftentimes it can be misinterpreted in an email.
Right. Where when it's in my face, and then if it's in my face, then I can defend myself right then and there. I don't have to write an email. And
I will tell you this, though. Email, you have record of it. Somebody says something very mean and insulting to you.
True. Or anything.
You always have recall of the email. You'd be like, oh, yeah? Like the time you said this to me, and you just hold up the phone and you show them what their words were said.
Why do you think I have 26,962 emails?
So I'm pretty sure, from me, I said that many things?
In general. You've said more than that, probably. I just don't have it in email form.
Because I usually say it to your face.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Catch the podcast there. Also listen live to the program. Hook up with social media at Jeff and Jeremy, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Celebrities having a birthday today. Happy birthday to Lou Ferrigno, Royal Grande police officer.
And former Hulkster, right? Lou Ferrigno is...
Hulkster. He's the Hulk.
61 years old.
Lou Ferrigno today is 67 years of age.
Oh, wow. He looks great. Of course, I have not seen him up close.
Ex-WWE. Was he a champion in the WWE? Or was he an Intercontinental Champion? He currently is the Intercontinental Champion in the New Japan Pro Wrestling circuit. And he's also somewhat of a movie star. Chris Jericho. And he's also in the movie, the music group Fozzy. Chris Jericho. How old is Chris Jericho today?
42.
47 years of age.
Okay.
Still doing it at 47 in Japan in the wrestling ranks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
McSteamy? Which one's McSteamy? Which one's McDreamy?
McDreamy was...
the first one? Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah.
Okay. So McSteamy is Eric Dane.
Yeah.
That's who's having the birthday today. He's married to former Noxzema girl Rebecca Gayheart.
Oh, really? 45 years old today.
Well, he's 46 today.
Oh, wow.
He was 45 yesterday. Good job.
Oh, nice. All right.
Good job.
Get a bell. Thanks.
And the two that we're going to be comparing today, this is really weird. And it's more about the dynamic of the situation than whose career you'd rather have. Nick Lachey.
98 Degrees fame, who's coming to the Fremont on Sunday, by the way.
This Sunday?
Yeah.
Celebrating his birthday in Slow.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that they're mixing a little pleasure into this one.
Yes, I bet they
And
are.
his wife, not Jessica Simpson, but Vanessa Manillo,
What was she famous
She's
for?
she's like on
was
a
hot.
magazine talk show for a while, and then I think she's just a mom now.
Oh yeah, she was a babe. Didn't she do some TV stuff?
Yeah, I think she was like on one of those like
shows
or something
Okay.
like that. He is 44 years of age today. Jesus, I still think of him as a kid.
He's older than us, both of us.
How old's his wife?
She's going to be.
I'm sorry, he's 45 today.
Okay, she's 36. She's going to be 36 today.
She is going to be 37 today.
Oh, wow.
So not bad.
Not bad. Not bad
at all.
Let's do it. There it is. Whose
okay.
career would I rather have out of these two? Nick Lachey.
Why?
Jessica Simpson. God,
You
come
can say
on.
you hit it first.
Plus, no, I wouldn't hit it first, but I don't. Well, actually,
I think
yeah, he did.
He did hit it first.
Yeah, he took
That
it
was
right
a
out
big-
of Bible study.
That was
didn't
a
he?
big premise of the whole relationship.
Yeah.
Or Vanessa Manila. Like, this is what it comes down to, okay? This is a guy that's working hard, still having to work hard to make the money to support the family. I'm sure he does okay. I'm sure he's got some net worth. I'm sure you'll look up that net worth in just a moment. But Vanessa Manillo, all she got to do is come in and hang out and, be supportive. She's a mom. She's got a career of her own. She's an ex Miss Teen USA. 1998, she won that title. She's a fashion model. She's hosted some TV shows. And she was on Total Request Live. She was,
TRL?
Yeah, she was the Carson Daly after Carson Daly, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Nick's worth more money. I mean, I think that's, una noche.
Half of it's hers.
Una noche.
Half of it's
One
hers.
more night.
Don't matter. Half of it's hers.
They're doing Christmas tour, by the way, if you care. My wife was a big fan, and so I used to listen to the music in the car.
We're
We're going to be out of town, yeah. But she would want to see this show because they're doing Christmas, and it's actually a pretty good Christmas album.
Is it? Are you kidding me? They're coming here on
It's on Sunday, yeah.
November the 12th,
Yeah.
and they're going to sing Christmas.
Una noche.
Or I guess November the 11th. And
Feliz
sing
Navidad.
Christmas songs? That's too
Feliz
early.
Navidad, una noche.
That is too early for Christmas
Yeah.
songs.
How much do you think he's worth? 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey.
I think I know about.
Did he get some of that Jay
some
Simpson
of his
money?
other investments, and he's a big time cannabis investor.
Oh, good for him. I wish I was.
Huge cannabis
If I
investor.
had the money to invest.
So I'm going to say his net worth is a little bit better than what we probably think, because I think everybody kind of views his career and life as a joke. But I think his net worth is going to probably be right around 35 mil.
Yeah, you're a little high. 20 million.
Oh, okay. But it will climb with the cannabis investments.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that happening. Jessica Simpson's really rich because she made shoes or something. She do some kind of shoe thing. Now, I love how
I think you're right, yeah.
I love how this is turned into poor Vanessa Manillo. I love how this is. Whose career would you rather have, Jessica Simpson or Nick Lachey's?
I said earlier he traded up. He didn't because she's only worth 10 million.
Who?
Jessica Simpson.
I know.
His wife.
Jessica Simpson's worth a lot.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's built a little
Good for
empire.
you. Good
No,
for you,
good
Jay
for that
Simpson.
backup quarterback for the 49ers that married her.
Oh, is that who she's married to?
Yeah, it was something. Not current. Not Nick Mullins.
Didn't Tony Romo hit it
Yes.
too?
Mm-hmm. Tony Romo has quite an impressive resume.
He's a great golfer. He's a great athlete. I saw the, I think it was the 2020. No, the 30-30? What do they call it on ESPN?
34-30.
34-30?
Mm-hmm.
What is that reference to?
34. 30-4-30. I think it's, I don't know what it's referenced
Okay, it doesn't
to.
matter.
It's a very good
but anyways,
series, though.
great story on Tony Romo. What a great kid. What a hard worker. And I like what he's doing in the booth now with Jim. So Jim Nance.
If you just be better at holding that football.
That's in the past.
It is.
They put that in the 34-30, by the way.
It's 34-30.
Yeah.
Not 34-30.
I made it sound
not
that way
25-6
to see if
to
you were
1.
paying attention.
It's not 25-6 to 1, okay?
It's a great Chicago song, though.
So you're saying you would rather be Nick Lachey as opposed to Vanessa Manillo.
Yeah. And if I had to choose between Nick Lachey and Tony Romo, which doesn't even make sense, except for the only thing they have in common is Jessica Simpson.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony Romo for sure.
Tony Romo because he could golf. Carrie Underwood, hot. He's married to a hot, like a weather forecaster.
I saw her. She's
in
great.
Dallas.
Yeah. Nobody would. Be
does a
upset
good job.
about
Widely respected for everything he does, except for holding extra points.
that. Holding the football. He gets the Seahawks in an extra point.
Why would you ever marry somebody with the same birthday?
I think my birthday would only get better.
Why?
Well, my birthday's on Black Friday this year. It's always buried in the Thanksgiving holiday. You
So
brought
much
that
is
up
going
before.
on your birthday. Apple Cup, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, and Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, all happen on your birthday.
Yeah,
this year.
I get.
This is the
drowned out by the noise.
I almost think that Thanksgiving is a better day to have the birthday.
You know, my
on.
wife gave me my birthday present from our dog. She gets me presents from our dog. And my birthday, it wasn't wrapped. She just said, "Hey, do you like this Washington State shirt?"
She toss it at you?
Yeah, pretty much. She goes, "I got them on Amazon. They're $12 a piece." I'm like, God, you just take away all the fun crap of my birthday, man.
You know what she should have done?
I would have loved to get this on my birthday. Like,
You know
I
what
feel
she
like
should have
nobody
done?
gives a crap about me. And so I think if we had our birthday on the same day, then she would be forced to care about me.
She should have said, "Do you like this Washington State University sweatshirt?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm excited." "Oh, good, because I got it for George. It's his new bed." And then
My birthday sucks, dude. I get a couple cards
True.
in the mail.
that is true.
I mean, that's all I have to look forward to
It's
is
so
I know
true.
I'm getting a check from my
It's the
grandma and I
worst
know I'm
birthday
getting a
ever.
check from my parents. And it's just like, it's
It
so
is
lame. No
the
one ever
worst.
does anything. I mean, I've been married to this woman for 20, well, that's not true. We've been together for 20, almost 25 years. And now listen,
I want your 50 to be a huge birthday. I want your 50th.
I got to come clean on something. Remember when she sent me to the Apple Cup 2
Mm-hmm.
years ago?
That was your birthday.
Yeah. That was my idea.
Yeah.
It wasn't her idea.
Yeah, I know. She was like, "Meh," you know.
She's like, "Oh, great.
Perfect. I can buy you something for your birthday. Here you go.
Like, why
Quit
can't
bitching about your birthday."
you just take,
But let's say it is today, November 9th is your birthday. Not as bad a day. And your wife's birthday is on November the 9th. Who gets all the attention?
Well, I know where you're going with this and that she would, but
Like,
I
Nick
think this would
Lachey
be a
is
great opportunity.
considerably more famous than his wife, Vanessa Manillo.
right.
And still, anything that he does on his birthday is going to be centered around her. That's the sacrifice that we give as men, as husbands. It would forever be your day. So if you're Nick Lachey and you're not into somebody who likes celebrating your birthday all that much, well, then this is perfect for you because you just get to give all the attention onto your wife.
This would be an opportunity for you guys to maybe go do something together.
Yeah. It would be a great excuse to go take off. Like just
That could be the birthday.
Take a vacation
That would be
every
great.
year.
That would be more than I've ever gotten.
And it would make more sense. Like you could say to your kids, which they have 3 of, you could say to your kids, "Mommy, Daddy, maybe they're coming to San Luis Obispo this weekend because this is the
They might be here right now.
yeah, they're probably
Yeah.
they might be listening
here
to this
all week.
conversation right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they came to San Luis Obispo this weekend because they're like, well, we could schedule a stop in San Luis Obispo at the Fremont Theater on our birthday weekend and spend a little time in wine country. You know, maybe
Makes sense.
do a little bit of that
Yeah.
action. Who knows? Who knows? That could be part of.
But chances are, if you had to have a birthday with your wife, you would do all this stuff for your wife and she would do
You
nothing
would get
for
nothing. You would get Jeremy West every year.
What about you? Would you get Jeremy West?
Yes,
Wested?
I would.
Would you get Wested?
I would. We don't make any deal out of my birthday whatsoever, mainly because of who I am. I do not like to celebrate my birthday at all. It's just,
Yeah, but come on, deep down inside, it'd be nice if somebody just did something,
my
right?
40th, she was able to get like friends to come in from out of town, which was really cool. And we had a big party and took an extra day off and drank all weekend long. That was pretty cool. It was the Seahawks were playing in a playoff game. It was when they beat the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah, it was a big party.
We did it in your backyard,
Yeah,
right?
It was huge. It was
Was I there?
It was a huge party.
But no, you did have friends come from Seattle.
Yeah,
That's kind of a cool deal.
No, and she orchestrated all that, and I thought that was very thoughtful. And I thought that was very
Can I
cool.
say something?
But that was it. That's the one I want to live on in infamy forever.
The best party I've ever had was my bachelor party. The fact that you got friends to come in from out of state and do that was awesome.
5-hour flights across the Pacific Ocean. I have friends who come out that way. I mean, they paid for it, but
What? Oh, yeah. And then, our buddy Jeff Good came in from Hawaii. There was just so many cool things. It would hurt my wife's feelings, but that was the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. She's never done anything that nice.
oh, I was obligated. I'm just trying to make your wife feel better.
No, she... Oh, my God, she's going to divorce me. I just said that. See what I mean? Undo.
Have a fun
How do I
vacation.
undo that?
Have a fun vacation.
She's going to divorce me. And we have to go to Mexico together for a week with my parents. I'm going to be sleeping on
Now
them.
you really do wish you were Nick Lachey.
God, why are you here? Why are we doing this right now? What is... My dad always used to tell me, you need to learn to freaking think before you open your damn mouth.
The nicest thing anybody's
Maybe I
ever
won't go
done
now.
for,
Maybe
the
I won't.
nicest thing anybody's ever done for you is send you to the Apple Cup, okay?
That's right. That's for sure. Even if it was my idea.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Hey, good morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Kim. So you
This
gonna
is
do
one
it
of those
again?
things where you poked the bear.
Yeah.
Somebody poked the bear on this one.
Tim wrote in. He says, "Well, let me tell you." He says, "I'm gonna throw a wrench into this because that guy that called up and said I can kiss his ass. I'm gonna use my pass again."
Yep.
So yesterday, we don't even know who it was. He still
Hey, I
hasn't called.
called in on the Metallica song and got through and was on hold, and
This
then I
guy.
was cut off.
This guy.
Well, Tim could kiss my ass.
He was not happy with Tim. He thought it was unfair, and because he was whining about it so much. By the way, when he was on the air yesterday, people were calling up, texting in, messaging on Facebook, saying, "Hey, hang up on this guy. He's whining about the situation. Quit. This isn't a socialist society. Blah 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 blah. And rules are rules. Da 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 da." And people were. They weren't mad at you, Tim. They were more mad at him.
Well, Tim could kiss my ass, and I'm pissed off.
Yeah, he was being a whiny bitch. That's for sure.
And I'm pissed off.
We decided that we would give him a free download of Injustice for All, but your name is now going to go in the hat twice.
So now I have a 1 in 5 chance.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You took fractions too in some point.
That's pretty awesome.
In your elementary/middle school career.
Well, Tim could kiss my ass, and I'm pissed off.
You know what, Tim? You're like us. Most people wouldn't admit that they're like us, that we like to piss people off, and we get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
By
But
the way, Tim,
just from that laugh.
Tim, you and I need to go have a
Tim
beer
could kiss
because
my ass, and I'm pissed off.
you and I need to have a beer because I seriously would have handled the situation the exact same way you did it. I'd have been like, I'm not going to bother calling in tomorrow. And then once somebody told me to kiss their ass, I'd be like, I'm going to call in tomorrow.
Yep, that's my attitude. It's like, I'm just, you know what?
All right, buddy. Well, your name goes in twice.
Well, Tim could
All
kiss my
right.
ass, and I'm pissed off.
And
Now, since JW's here, I think we should take all the names, put him into a hat, and have him draw the name out because he is the closest thing we have to something that's legal because he's a California Highway Patrol officer.
yeah, can you do that? Can you notarize stuff, JW?
No.
You're not a notary?
No. I'll notarize something for you.
But you
But
can't.
it won't be legal.
You got a complaint. I think we should address this before we get to the
Duh.
drawing.
I mean,
All right.
would it be another day without a complaint?
Yeah, we got to complain. I listened to your show for over 40 minutes to try to win Metallica tickets. Well, okay. That's,
You don't have to. We tell you to listen at 8:20. So.
I mean, we've been saying this for 2 weeks.
Hate to put you out, bro.
8:20. If you go to the website. So if you really wanted to win, you maybe would have went to the website, KZOZ.com, and checked it out. It says 8:20. If you listen for 40 minutes, I mean, I've been saying it every other song this morning.
Yeah.
8:20.
In fact, I will actually get on to Jeremy for saying it so much because I'm like, dude, it gets redundant at this point. People get it, but apparently they don't.
So
because
there's more.
You're still listening for 40 minutes. We appreciate it because it looks good in the ratings.
Isn't it
when you do
guaranteed that if you listen for 40 minutes, you get Metallica tickets?
No.
Isn't that what you get?
Nothing's guaranteed.
I'm guaranteed because my name's only one in this bucket.
JW. He just got off night shift, by the way. He's been working all night. He's been up since 1 o'clock yesterday, so he might be a little loopy.
JW won. Goodbye, everyone.
I would have saved somebody's name, but they won't be able to get the tickets.
So he's been trying to win.
They're going to take you with them.
He said you said the phone number so fast once and then never said it again. I've been trying all week, pretty bummed.
543-3693?
Oh, wow. You know it? You don't even work.
Because you say it every day.
Like every 5 minutes. You said it way too fast. Could you slow that down?
543-3693.
Another phone number that's at KZOZ.com.
You know what I'm going to start doing
And
now.
how many times
As
have
a
I
result-
said, program this into your phone so you don't have to remember it, and you can just speed dial in. Right now, 805-543-3693.
As a result of this communications, you know exactly how I'm going to be saying the number from now on. 543.
Well, I'm gone all next week until you're stuck with Jeff. And I tell you what, we're giving away tickets
Good
to
luck
see
getting through those phone lines if you don't know what they are.
we're going to be giving away tickets all next week to see Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz fight at the Forum coming up on Saturday
So
right
mark this
after.
down. Save this in your phone. 543.
543-3693.
I'm not going to say it again. Oh, now they said they were only listening for tickets. You know, listen, you prick. I was actually going to give you a free download, but now I'm not giving you anything. All right,
That's why we do that.
All right, here we go.
I want you to listen for tickets. And now that I know that I say the numbers fast, you'll stick around longer. You bet your sweet ass I'm going to be saying the numbers fast.
Yeah. And we have your phone number, and so I'm going to put this in the system. You are done. All right? You are done. You will never win anything from this radio station.
No, that's not fair.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's not fair.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm angry. I'm going on vacation to relax. So here we go. Matt Miller, Patrick Pittarelli, Damian Schwab, Brianna Bates,
Lee Richardson,
Amy Romines, and
Jody Parkinson.
Yes.
April McLean.
Yes.
Tim Johnson and Tim Johnson.
Yes.
One of these people are going to Metallica.
And JW.
Matt Cross.
Here we go.
Here he goes.
Matt
There he
and I are
goes.
going to Metallica.
Here he goes.
Whichever name gets drawn. I knew one of those names in there, to tell you the truth. So I got one right here.
All right, these are like sealed.
Yeah.
If you can beat JW and I in a tag team match, then you can do it.
Do you want me to open this?
We'll take it.
Yeah, I want you to
You
read
have
the
to
name.
open it and read it.
Yeah, did
If
you
you
write, did you
can,
write it real little? Do you think you got reading glasses?
You cannot read Jeff's handwriting. It's worse than
I
a
wrote
4-year-old
fast.
boy. He still has the same penmanship from when he was in preschool.
It says Lee Richardson.
Congratulations.
And you win! Tim, you wasted 2 fast passes. Now you know what it feels like to play the Powerball. Or that's how I feel when I play the Powerball. And the Mega Millions.
You still had a 1 in 5 chance. It's not bad.
That's good. That's a good chance.
So that was Lee Richardson. And look at that.
Rich Eason.
Rich Eason.
Rich Eason. I know. You are going to go and enjoy yourself at the
Already picked up
Metallica show. You just won 2 tickets. Oh, should we call him? Let's call him.
Already picked up his CD, so he has to make another trip up to the radio station to get the tickets. That's dedication, though.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if not, I'd gladly.
I mean, he was already here on Monday to pick up a CD. He's going to come back on Friday.
Did he win the Justice for All CD?
Yes, the remastered. And a sticker.
All the things I want. I would have loved this one.
Hey, is this Lee?
Yes, it is.
Hey, you're going to go see Metallica, man. We just drew your name. Congratulations.
Yeah,
You win!
Well, Matt Cross is here. He's going to give you.
win!
You just won some. Was that Creed or
No,
was that
that's James Hetfield. Come on.
That's just the hair
All
that
the
you're making. He makes you feel like
It
he's
kind of all
Creed.
sounds the same.
all
Do you
the
sing
same.
any Metallica songs?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Lee, this is what you've won. You've won an intimate hour with Matt Cross singing Metallica songs. He only knows
And
two.
I will go to the
so
concert
you're going to
for
hear
you.
him over and over again. No, we're just kidding.
It's in the backseat of your car and plays guitar all the way to Fresno.
You've won 2 tickets to go to the show, Fresno Save Mart Center. We got $200 cash for you to spend however you like, and we got this really cool Injustice for All box set on top of all that, okay?
Right on.
All right. Hold on the line. We'll
That'll
get
be
you all set,
perfect.
too.
I'm sorry.
So, thanks, guys.
All right. It's early.
He's
I'm gonna
speechless.
give-
He's slurring his words. He's stuttering because
So excited.
He's
so
saying
excited.
the phone numbers how I'm saying the phone numbers from now on. That's what he's doing.
543-693.
No.
Or just totally incorrect. 5,
43.
4, 3,
3. 5, 4. 3, 3. 6, 9. 3.
This has been a lot of fun.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
All next week, you're going to have an opportunity to win tickets to go see Chuck and Tito fight at the Forum in Los Angeles. And this is going to be a text word of the day or something like that?
so this weekend, be listening for that text word. You text it in. Am I allowed to say what it is?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't know if it's set up. I don't know if the infrastructure's set up on it yet.
Okay, well, then maybe just wait. But there will be a text.
So, yeah, what you'll do is you'll text a word to 543 and when you text it to 805 on the 805 beer text lines.
How you doing, JW?
You'll get a word back. You'll get a word back.
You're shaking your head. What's wrong?
And
Sometimes it feels like you're a babysitter.
820.
Who, me?
Yeah.
820
Welcome to Friday.
820 on Monday morning.
Well, I'm going on vacation.
You call with the word that you received back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can figure out the phone number to this radio station,
Figure it out. You have to follow clues. Each more complicated.
then you can text.
Now the person is writing back saying, that you guys are awesome. They say you're freaking jerks, but they love us or something.
Yeah, I love them.
No hard feelings.
Both things are true.
I'll still listen to this silly show. Silly guys. Show silly. Should we give them a download code for the Injustice for All?
No.
We still have a few.
I want one.
Okay, you can have one.
Sweet.
You want JW?
What is it?
I guess we're out. Sorry.
Oh.
JW gets it. Injustice for All. It's a Metallica remastered
No,
CD.
give him a download.
Oh, okay, cool.
Give the guy a download.
I don't know who. I think it's a woman because who says silly guys?
Oh.
If you're a guy and you're walking around using the word silly,
I've heard you
guys
say-
should not use the word silly.
I know. I've heard you say silly before. You're just being silly, and I just want to smack. I want to smack you upside the
I only
face.
talk to you that way because you have little kids, and I figure you talk to kids that way. And sometimes you just do kid talk, so I feel like I have to talk to you like a kid.
I would do it for insult. Like, you're just a silly little man.
Yeah.
I just want to slap you upside the face with a T-bone steak and say, "Get man up! Quit using the word silly."
Oh my gosh!
Is that shop talk, JW? You guys use the word silly around the old shop?
No.
Okay. Didn't think so. What is going on in the world of CHP?
Yeah, not much. So I just got off work, just trying to stay awake.
Yeah,
No, you didn't just get off work. You've been sitting here for an hour having to deal with us doing
Yeah,
nonsense. You'd probably like to get to sleep, right?
Sooner or later.
well, I asked you to come in because I thought about you with the shooting, because there was a police officer that was killed, and our thoughts and everything are with the family, and gosh, it's pretty close to home. What is Thousand Oaks? An hour and a half from here?
I grew up there. That's where I grew up. That's the college bar my wife would go to when she was at CLU.
Really?
That was
It's right over the hill from
A good
Ventura.
buddy of mine knew the officer that got shot.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's, definitely hometown. Like, I know, I grew up in Newbury Park, which just borders it. And my grandma, she grew up and founded that college. She was one of the founding professors. And yeah, it's.
I'm reading, the more information is coming out all the time. I know that they're going to search his home. They're probably already doing that. But there was a news story that came out today that he was actually doing Instagram posts during this whole thing. And so this kid really messed up mentally, just totally.
Yeah, mental illness is.
Do you, as a police officer, I know you have a lot of training and you have ongoing training all the time. Is there training that deals with people that have mental issues?
Oh, yeah.
Before they get to this point?
Well, if you come
because once you get to this point, there is no talking
with them. Yeah, if you come in contact, because you really don't know how they're going to react or what they're going to do. So they teach you how to try to minimize situations or talk people down. We definitely have some good professionals here locally that help with that once they come out there, like some crisis people. But mental illness is a real thing. I mean, it's
everywhere.
It's real.
There's so many people affected by it in so many different ways, whether it's something that we can identify, the doctors, that people have conditions from anxiety all the way down to, more serious things, to things that don't get identified with. And it sounds like from, the early stuff that's come out about this shooter that he definitely was.
Yeah, because they were at his house, I think a month ago or something like that for a disturbance or something. I think I read that they were out there at his house, and I know he was a Marine. He, I guess, could have some PTSD from combat or something going on. And I know I read that he liked to frequent this bar with his friends, so it wasn't somewhere that he had. It sounds like he didn't have some type of hatred or any place for this, and maybe it just was because it was, common to him. He liked it. He knew, how they operated. He knew the times. He knew the layout. He knew, the bartenders. He knew the security guys, the door people. Maybe it was just an easy target for him. Nobody's going to know.
You'll never.
But it's still horrific. I mean,
so sad and tragic with this is with this mental illness and things that happen like this, and the person dies.
Well,
you have no idea
to learn from it.
Yeah, how
to take anything away from it.
Most of the time, they're going to take their own life. I mean, that's just that's
no.
What they do.
I understand that. I mean, because they're mentally ill.
Yeah,
when they're doing it.
I think what. The biggest thing that, not to take from this, but to talk about not only, gun control or whatever else you want to talk about today, but if you know somebody, or if you see some signs, or you see somebody going through some struggles in life, whether it's, mental illness, whether it's depression, something, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to talk, get them some help, call the authorities, call the hospital, call their, somebody to get them some help.
It's a great point. We've actually talked with Joe Calero about this before with younger kids.
Yes.
Him being somebody that sees a lot of younger kids and has dealt with high school kids in his career, now college kids, and, has had an opportunity to kind of watch over the past 20, 30 years, kids come through school and grow up and how things have changed. Mm-hmm. People used to say stuff. Now you can't really say anything because then you're picking on them or you're bullying them or whatever, but you need to... If you see something, say something.
Yeah, get them some help. PTSD, depression, mental illness, it's all real. I mean, we just had a guy that worked for us up in Sacramento killed himself, 2 weeks ago.
Was
depression.
PTSD related to stuff?
I don't know. I just know that, from the things we've talked about at work, he was battling some depression.
See some stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Really
and it depends
job.
on how you filter that, how you get through the day with it. And same thing for this young man. He was a Marine. Probably went through combat, saw some things. Those people, men and women that come back from war, they've seen things that most people don't see, and it's very hard for them to come back into society, without some training, without something to help them get back into society.
And then if there was already a pre-existing condition on top of all that. Now, we're not making excuses for anything, but the whole point is, how do we, how do you
see somebody
start to help
erratic?
Stop
you try to get some help. Call somebody. Don't be afraid to call. Don't be afraid to make yourself look dumb if something's okay. Maybe they're just having a bad day, but still, something like this could happen and you'd feel a lot better.
The easy thing to do, I think, sometimes in our lives, because people are busy, we just, when we see somebody that we know acting erratically, and I think it's really kind of human nature to distance yourself from those people.
Oh yeah.
But that's not, who knows how many people distanced themselves from him because he was acting erratically. And if one of those people would have said, hey, you need some help? Let's go meet some people or something along those lines, that could have changed. And then the dynamic of 12 people getting shot in a nightclub may have been taken off the table completely.
Yeah.
So
it's horrible. It's something that we can't take back. We can learn from it. It happened at the synagogue, same thing, maybe, different dynamic, but the same thing, happened in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania last week or 2 weeks ago. They happen all over the country. Usually people that do this, they're going to go for somewhere that is like this, a club, a church, a mall, movie theater, these type of things. And they're not going to go to, the gun range and do something like this, or go somewhere where they know people are, able to protect themselves. So
what's the talk around your shop? When you hear a police officer went in
close to home, right?
Stop this.
Because you got to go in. You don't have a choice. You can say, because, in that school shooting that was in Florida, those guys waited a little bit and they got ridiculed for it. you want to be safe as you can, but you have to go in. I mean, you got people's lives at stake and that's what this sergeant did. I mean, they went in there and he saved some people and he gave the ultimate sacrifice because of it or for it. I mean, he's getting ready to retire in a year, but he did what he said he would do. And that's what, you got to look at it that way. I mean, it's definitely a shame, but he did what he said he would do when he went to work and wish we could get him back, but he paid the sacrifice for trying to save some people.
Bill writes in, and there's a few other people that just wanted to thank you. He's texting in right now for your service and everything that you and the rest of your guys do to help kind of keep this area safe. I thought I'd pass that along.
Thank you. It's definitely appreciative. I mean, we had guys, down it was a multi-agency thing down there, and you hate to hear anybody. You got 12 people that lost their lives as a result of this, and people that are injured, people that are going to deal with this for the rest of their life mentally because they're not. It's not something you normally see or go through. So. It's a tough thing. I mean, there's no right answer. I don't think.
If you see something, say something. I think that's the only thing we can take away from any of this stuff. Well, thanks for opening up and talking about it.
Oh, you bet. Anything. Anytime. Good to see you.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Patrick writes in that by the way, Matt's here, Matt Cross.
Still.
And so we were talking about the fact.
I don't think you were.
I was never introduced.
Properly introduced this morning.
People just assume I'm here.
By the way, Matt's going to be with me all next week.
Oh, yeah.
The Jeff and Matt show?
Just the two of us.
Not Matt and Jeff?
We used to.
No, I haven't earned that yet.
You can if you want.
Oh,
that's
okay. The Matt and Jeff show next week.
It's fine.
Is it not still the Jeff and Jeremy show? Matt filling in for Jeff? Jeremy?
It was a Jeff and Jeremy featuring the great world's greatest entertainer, Matt Cross.
Yeah.
I think was the official title.
World's greatest, not San Luis.
Okay, well, if you want to get specific, it's San Luis.
I always like the featuring whenever it's somebody like on a song. So like the song will be done by. Let's say John Mellencamp. By the way, congratulations to John Mellencamp. He's now engaged to Meg Ryan.
Who he's been with for what, 20 years?
Yeah, but now they're engaged.
Hope it works out.
Yeah, it probably will.
No, they'll get a divorce.
They'll share.
This will be the beginning of the end, getting married.
Are they registered for plastic surgery? Both of them? Can you is it okay?
Does Mellencamp get
okay?
I don't think he gets plastic surgery. You think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
I haven't him out lately, yeah.
He's not usually looking up online.
Right.
So, well, no, they get old. This is what happens to everybody that gets a divorce, right? You're married once, you get a divorce, you're like, I'm never doing that again. And then you're with somebody for like 15, 20 years, and then you start getting old, and you start having to go to the doctor all the time, and then you realize that if something happens to you, you're screwed because they can't do anything because you're not married, and then you get married out of convenience.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Okay, let's take, for instance, John Mellencamp, if he was to do a song with...
featuring Sting in background vocals.
Yes, featuring Sting and like how pop music does it now. Like it takes up like a paragraph.
To look up a song, you've got to type in like 8 people's names. It's
like Nicki Minaj featuring some letters.
I'm glad I don't know this. I really didn't know this. No, because there's so many people on one song.
Bruno Mars remixed by DJ Marshmello
with so and so and
there's actually a DJ.
It's like 4 people. They all got to get their right credit. How do they decide who gets the lead credit in that mix?
Why this question?
Because we're deciding where I land on the next week's show title.
Oh, we're still on that? Yeah. I'm so sorry I brought that up. I wanted to get to his birthday thing because I think what his wife does for him is a great scapegoat, and it
could be worse.
It's it works out pretty well.
There's this.
It's better than my situation.
There's this disc jockey named Kid Craddock who died, and he died like 5-6 years ago. It's been a long time, right?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
He died at like a celebrity golf tournament.
I think he's a DJ that's based out of like the Texas area.
Like Houston, I think, is where he's based out of. And he does
syndicated.
He does a syndicated show, but he's still doing the syndicated show even after he died 6 years ago because the name of the show is still Kid Craddock Show. And there's like 5 people on the show that are not named Kid Craddock, and they do the show.
They never changed the name.
They never changed the name.
That's weird.
It's really weird. It's really, really absurd. So what I'm getting at is I think you'll be okay with some recognition next week.
Okay, perfect.
Even if I'm only here. Just call Jeff and Jeremy. You will get your name brought up sometimes, okay? All right?
Featuring Matt Cross. Yeah. Featuring the occasional guest appearance by Matt Cross.
We're not going to full on Kid Craddock you next week. That's what I'm saying.
So Patrick writes in, he says his wife has not only forgotten his birthday, but their anniversary. So he
Do
says,
you guys care about that?
So, well, here's the deal.
Patrick does.
I was
I
talking.
mean, my birthday I would care about.
I was talking about it. That I don't want to repeat this because I felt bad when I said it. But
I got you the best
nothing
gift.
ever happens for my birthday because it's always the day, usually on or after or before Thanksgiving.
Didn't you also say that the nicest thing anybody's ever done for you was done by me?
Boy, you have a good memory today. I did say that.
You think you're
Jeff,
ever gonna
Jeff
live
threw
that
me
down?
a really nice bachelor party in Lake Tahoe and invited a bunch of friends. We had friends flying from Seattle, from Idaho area, and Eastern Washington, and from Hawaii. And I just thought that meant a lot to me because I couldn't believe that people would travel that far. And the strippers were ugly. I mean, she had stretch marks and a C-section scar, and they still said they had a great
There was
time.
nothing worth flying over the ocean for. Let's just put it
It was Reno strippers, we're in Tahoe. So, but the whole weekend really, that was just a very small few minutes of a great weekend. And it was, I got to give it to him. It gives me a lot of crap, but that was the nicest thing.
What's your birth? What's the day of your birthday? Sorry,
November 23rd.
23rd.
The worst.
Yeah. So this year it's the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It's on Black Friday. It's usually on Black Friday. The good thing that is going to happen is the Apple Cup, where Washington State, where we went to school, plays the University of Washington, who we hate, the Huskies.
I got you.
And the last time this happened, we were in college, and the Cougars were winning the game, and they choked and they lost. And we were literally sitting at a bar, and we each had just ordered pitchers of beer, and we just gave them to other people and went home.
So your birthday this year could be really happy or really depressing.
It really could be good, or it could be.
You won't be
it's
happy
the Apple
with
Cup
it.
again,
Okay,
and so I'm really hoping it's going to be good. That's all I want for my birthday.
I'm cheering for it. I'm with you.
Okay, let's go with your birthday parlay because I think you have like the Charlie Brown-ish, the most Charlie Brown of Charlie Brown birthdays. I really do. Who are you rooting for in Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz?
I'm rooting for Chuck.
Yeah, come on. You got to be
Chuck.
hometown favorite.
Watch out, Chuck. Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods.
Tiger.
Yeah, come on.
All right, Phil. Congratulations. And,
I should root
congratulations to the University of Washington Huskies.
Oh, stop, Jeff.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
So a couple weeks ago, I came in. I did a charity thing. I did a little bartending.
I almost
at
had
the
you come
Broad
back of a
Street
shift this week. I was like,
yes, I can't believe I haven't got a call. I said, you know what? I told my wife, I go, I bet you anything, I get a call in the next couple weeks because I impressed him to come in and to pour some drinks. Hey, I can pour some drinks, bro.
It wasn't just pouring drinks. It was you were on top of everything. You were
thank you.
Getting the tabs and talking to people and cleaning tables and I thought you were just going to sit there and like talk to people and maybe pour a drink every once in a while, but you were an actual asset to that evening.
I'm a Gen Xer, all right. I'm from a generation where we work, all right. We have work ethic, all right.
My wife used to work for a boutique downtown, and she quit that job for her career job. I would say it was like 2007, 2008, somewhere in that area. And so she quit that job. In 2012, they called her up. They're like, hey, we need you to cover a shift. 5 years after what did she do? She went down and she did it.
No, she didn't.
She did. No. I was like, what are you doing? You do not have to work for this. She's like, Phil, I feel bad. They must be desperate if they're calling me.
That's nice of her.
Oh my gosh, I had somebody,
5 years after the fact.
I put it on Instagram, but I had somebody say, Matt, can you cover my shift? I've got an afternoon shift at Trader Joe's. I'm like, I stopped working there 9 years ago. But, if they're gonna let me come in.
Oh, because you're still on the phone list, bro.
I was like,
so, anyways, I had a great time, and Jeff, you still haven't been to the bar.
I know.
You're such an ass. But you have something
lots
new.
Of planning meetings next week.
This is a really cool bar. It's right off Broad Street. It's literally shares a driveway with Coal Dodge.
Yes.
If you go left, you go Coal Dodge. You go right, you go into the parking lot. The bar's right there in the corner.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you're bringing in some live acts.
I want to try. There's no open. There was an open mic down at Kreuzberg, and I think they stopped doing it. So there's an open mic, and that's kind of how I got started. When you're just starting to perform, you don't just book a 3-hour gig and get paid. You have to have places
you
where
do
you
open
try
mic
stuff.
night.
Yeah, and so I got a guy Aaron who's regular, and he's a musician, and we got a guy asked if he can come do some comedy, and we're like, hey, we'll do whatever. Whoever wants to come in, open mic night on Saturdays at the Broad Street Pub.
What time does it start?
Sign-ups are at 5:30. So we're going to start at around 6 o'clock. And, come bring an instrument, whatever you want to do. Poach. I'm down with anything if it's
This
entertaining.
is the ultimate supporting of local music, by the way, or local talent.
What if it's bad? Are you gonna give them a
That's
buzzer?
what's awesome about it.
That's exactly it. That's what's awesome about it. It's like you don't pull something, but like, you're gonna know by the crowd. Like crowds aren't real for like usually they're not like big applause if it's just awkward and bad. You know, you might get a little bit, but you'll know if you didn't really hit.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the open mic people too support each other, so it's that thing. You don't want someone to feel bad, but you want to make you feel too good because you're like, I mean, thanks for getting up there. I mean, don't do it again, but thanks for getting up there.
Now you can
It's
leave.
like, but I'm gonna pop in. Like Pat might pop in, and I hit up Nick from Beer Market. Right, we might kind of pop in at open mics different times and do some music and just to kind of boost it up a little bit and let people know there's gonna be some surprise guests and things. But we don't want to try and show up the people that are coming for their first time.
No, it's all right. Just make it fun. You know?
Yeah.
Sounds
And
like
it's
good.
cool because it's kind of got a big city vibe now, especially that the sun's going to be going down, especially because you're up against that hill. The sun goes down kind of early.
Yeah.
And like, it's going to feel like you're nighttime in a big city because you're going to an open mic. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock. It'll be dark. You know, it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not the norm.
What about guys
Around
that
here,
want
the norm
to?
is a 10 by 10 pop-up tents and lots of them in a field, and everybody day drinks.
What about somebody that just wants to come up and do some jokes, like do some stand-up?
Yeah, absolutely. And
What's the deal with traffic and slow?
well, we got a guy.
So slow.
Please do that.
We're organizing.
I know you're going to be gone this Saturday, but next Saturday, please. I will go if you do that.
A week from this Saturday, we're having a full comedy night. This guy, a local guy, he grabs comics from all over the state, asked if he could do a comedy night at the bar, and I'm like, I said, absolutely. So there's going to be 5 comics. We've got their names are up on our Instagram feed. They're kind of amateur, getting started. I didn't recognize the names, but it's free comedy night, Broad Street Pub, the 17th. And there's always something going on. We got tournaments, shuffleboard tournaments on Tuesdays and trivia night on Sundays. So always reason
You should do dad jokes. I mean, it's such a popular thing right now. There's podcasts, there's webcasts.
See, the thing is,
two drunk dads, best dad jokes. There you go.
I can't do dad jokes. I can't hang with Matt. Matt is the king of dad
Well,
jokes.
maybe you just stand up there and he bounces them off of you.
I can't go into his venue, do open mic. And,
You got a dad joke right now?
I don't. I think he's just giving me props.
and do dad jokes, and then have the guy that owns the place go, all right, good job. Let's hear it for Jeff, and then go out there and slay me in dad jokes.
This is the Cal Poly Coaches Corner with Jeff and Jeremy.
What's up, Coach? How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing all right, man. It's always good to see you guys. You guys kind of cheer me up, and Friday means it's the day before game day, so
Hey.
I'm kind of fired up.
I've been told worse, so I'll take it. Cheers.
Well, I just wish every day I could have as good a time as you guys seem to have. Now, you could be just, fooling me a little bit, but it looks.
Yeah, we put on,
Jeff
we
and
put
Jeremy
on a
look
smile.
like you never look like you're having fun.
Jeff always looks like he pooped his
Jeff
pants.
looks like, life is bad. What am I doing?
Yeah, Jeff looks like that little kid that pooped his pants and hasn't told anybody, and he's just had it in there all day.
And you're
starting to
laughing
burn.
because you're snickering. You're that guy over there snickering at him.
Yeah, I'm the one kicking him in the ass going, you crapped your pants again. So this is a big weekend for Cal Poly. It's homecoming. I know you guys have been on the road, and it's fun to come home. You're going to have everybody back, and then it's big salute to veterans this weekend as well.
Yeah, this is a great weekend. There's a lot going on, and homecoming is going to bring a lot of the alumni back, so it's a big game that way. Secondly, I think, people need to realize that we have a lot of people that have given their lives, and we have a football player, Cal Poly football player that played in the 90s, Osvaldo Orozco, who decided to go and enlist and go do his deal after he finished playing at Cal Poly. He's a great player, and unfortunately lost his life. And his teammates have endowed a scholarship in his name. His jersey's been retired since about 1993, so a lot of, really emotional ties to the program with Veterans Day as well as I had a son that served as well. So all those things come into play when you start talking about the emotions of the day. And I think at Cal Poly there's a lot of things going on today as far as remembering the veterans and remembering what some of our past people have done for the country.
Yeah, there's not to take anything away from anybody who graduates high school and then goes into the military, but then, it's always been something special to me that says something special about people that went to college, had a college football career, and then decided to go serve their country.
Yeah,
when they didn't have to.
Yeah, he he did it for all the right reasons, and he wanted to go and he wanted to be a part of it. He wanted to do his part and felt like obligated to do it. And I never got to know him, but I've heard enough stories about him from his teammates who will all be in town, and we're going to honor them at halftime because they're the 5 guys that have endowed a scholarship in his name. Caden Ochoa was the first recipient this year. He's a freshman from Bakersfield High School who's on the team. So it's kind of emotional that way. And when you talk to our team needs to hear about these kinds of stories too, about the people that give us the opportunity to do the things that we do in the morning when we get up and have the opportunity to live in the United States of America. I know the thing in Thousand Oaks is with us all too, and that's unfortunate to have to be talking about those things when you're trying to honor veterans. But there's a lot of people out there who have done a lot of great things for this country.
Yeah, and now you have to host another top 25. It's cool.
Yep, that's our deal this year. We played the teams we played so far. We played 1,
Idaho State,
1, 3, 4, 5, 14 when we played them, and 24 now. And they're playing. If they win out, they win the championship. So, and they're a good program. They've lost to 2 FBS schools. They lost to Cal, and they lost to Liberty in overtime. And then they lost to UC Davis 44-37 in overtime. Those are 3 losses, and they're averaging in the 40s. They're great. They're number 1 in the nation on offense.
You've played tough teams, but you guys have played tough against them. You've been in every one of these games.
If we would have hang on to the football, and even last weekend it came up and bit us in the rear end again, we would have won last weekend too if we just hang on.
What was that?
A
basketball score? What was that?
49-42. We had last week. We had 25 first downs, 500 offensive yards. We had the ball for 37 minutes, and we lost.
I mean, your offense obviously got the job done,
and it has for most of the year. There's been a couple of games, but for most of the year, the offensively productivity has been awesome. We're number 3 in rushing offense. We're number 1 in time of possession. Number 1 in third down conversion. Number 1 in red zone in the nation. In red zone offense, I mean, you take those numbers and you're thinking that your season's a little bit different than ours is right now.
When that happens, and you have 2 sides of the ball. I mean, and you play offense, you play defense. Yeah. I mean, it's how do you handle that? How do the defensive guys handle that?
Well, I mean, I make sure that they understand that we fumble the ball for points to the other team too. So the offense deserves. I mean, as good as we've played, as well as we played on offense, we've also turned the ball over for points, which puts our defense in horrible positions. Too, because all of a sudden either points are added or the ball's first and goal in the 3. I mean, we've done some incredibly dumb things with football.
What position did you play?
Quarterback. So. I mean,
remember, him and Tom Brady went to the same high school. So they just kick out quarterback.
Yeah, well, Tommy Brady threw it about 50 times a game. They let me throw it about 9.
You were the handoff quarterback.
Kind of what we do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you teach what you learned, right?
Yeah. Well, trust me, I didn't run this offense 10 years ago. This is a Cal Poly thing.
How mad would you get at the defense when you played? When they wouldn't do their job and
when they had a big stop and they couldn't get it or something.
I just think that the biggest thing that you teach the biggest thing you teach as a coach is that we're a team.
Yeah.
And if your players buy into that, and I think our players do a pretty good job. I mean, our team is tight. I really think our leadership is good. Now, if your leadership is fragmented, you're gonna have some finger pointing going on. There's no question. And that's no fun for a coach to be in the middle of that because it could get ugly. But I think our players have handled it pretty well and understand their responsibility in it on offense. And defensively, I think they definitely do. We're really young on defense. This week, because of injuries too, we're starting 3 freshmen on the defensive line against a team that can run the football. So they're going to have to step up and play. But I think our players understand that. And I think our offense is frustrated in the fact that they know that if we didn't turn the ball over, some of our record would be different just with that. So they're taking a lot of responsibility for it too, which helps having any conflict within our team. I went to practice yesterday and I looked at our coach and I go, man, these guys are still out here busting their butt, having fun, man. I said, there's a lot of credit that they deserve, and especially when you look at things like what happened in Thousand Oaks, go to a country western night, going out to have fun and you're dead, or you see a friend die.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things, to me, they're meaningful to us that live. Because we get still to choose what we're going to do today.
And it makes you reprioritize everything that is going on in your
And every
days.
minute counts.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say it doesn't. That's why I told our team yesterday. I said, man, they didn't go there. They went there to have fun.
Yeah.
They had no idea. That was the furthest thing that ever could happen in their lives. And 12 people's lives are over. And you got to treasure the minutes you have because you really don't know. The odds, it's probably not going to happen. But the reality of the situation, it could. So you better enjoy it. And our players chose to play college football. And so play it and respect that part of it.
That's why I like the college football brand over the National Football League brand, and I always have.
For sure.
It might change with they're talking about, players might get paid and all that stuff in the NCAA ranks at some point in time.
But it'll never be on the level of the NFL.
But I still love it because it is
passion.
It is. You're playing for pure passion. You're playing for the game. You're not paying. You have no Le'Veon Bell situations where a guy's like, well, if you're not going to give me what I want, I'm not going to play. You don't get that with college football.
You're not going to give me 25 touches a game. I'm going to sit out.
Yeah. The one thing is about the pro game, I will say this in their defense. Not in Le'Veon Bell, and I think exactly what you just said is right. But there's a lot of guys that want to win. There's a lot of guys that want to be great players because they understand by being a great player that
you get paid.
The narrow comes.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of guys that are passionate about the game. I mean, Tommy Brady doesn't need another dime the rest of his life.
I mean, he's taking pay cuts.
Yeah.
Just so he can keep playing.
But he wants to win. But he wants to win.
Right. Yes.
And he loves the game of football. And I think there's a lot of guys in the NFL that. The guys that we talk about are the Le'Veon Bells. Mm-hmm. We don't talk enough about those guys in the NFL that are passionate. And, Michael Jordan didn't need the money, but he wanted another ring. He wanted rings.
Yeah.
And I think all those things, sometimes we let go by the wayside because we hear about how much money they're making. And in college, I think it is factual. Guys are playing for the right reasons. They love it. Mm-hmm. They love the game. They're passionate about the game. They're passionate about competition. They're passionate about playing for their university, too.
Go see some passion if you can score a ticket tomorrow night.
Hey, we got tickets we're going to give away right now. 805-543-3693. I'll say it slow for people that say I say it too fast. 543-3693. And we'll get you hooked up. Otherwise, go to GoPoly.com. 4:05 kickoff tomorrow. I love having you in. It's always great. We haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Hopefully I'll be back next Friday and I can be smiling with you.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Yeah. Well, you never know with you guys. I mean,
no, you're always invited.
You're going to be back next Friday.
All right, we'll see you next Friday, 9:30. Be sharp, brothers. Let's get a win. Thanks, you guys. Have a great weekend.
Look at all these people that want to go support you. Look at the phones. All right, let's just do this real quick. Hi, good morning. What is your name?
Jay.
Jay, you're a winner. Congratulations. We're going to send you to the game tomorrow night, okay?
Fantastic, man. I'd love to take my son.
All right, hold on the line. We'll get you all set to go.
KCOZ. It's time to play Know the Show.
9:49. Just been checking out Aeromith over there. Are you going to play some, or did you already close it?
Dude, he looks exactly like Steven Tyler.
It's pretty crazy.
We should just share the video or something.
It's crazy.
How does he sound, though?
He sounds decent. I mean, Steven Tyler's a hard voice to emulate.
Right.
But
and that's coming from a true professional.
Yeah.
Slow Entertainers of the Year, 2 years back to back.
That's I mean, I don't want to say it, but he said it.
Know the show right now. We're going to send you to Aeromith, the tribute band for Aerosmith, coming up on the 30th.
Which they're...
I think I might have to go to that show. That looks pretty legit.
It looks like it looks like these guys look the part and sound the part.
They live it. He lives the part.
He lives the part. Literally, I'm sure he's mistaken for Steven Tyler.
There's a picture of him with Steven Tyler, and you almost, yes, maybe 15 years difference in age, but other than that, it's like...
You don't know the difference.
Yeah.
You can't tell the difference. What am I buying Jeremy for Christmas?
805-543-3693.
You're saying it all wrong.
5, 4.
No, you're
3,
saying it all too.
3, 6, 9.
What are you buying me for Christmas?
Yeah, what am I buying you for Christmas this year?
If you know the show, then you know.
Surprises. The surprise is out the window, dude. Sorry.
Seth walking into the studio, getting ready for a Friday lunchtime rewind that will blow your name. But before that, he has the Friday song.
And you know who's in town tonight?
Nick Lachey, 98 Degrees.
No,
we were talking about
wrong.
it.
I will slap
earlier.
you to sleep.
Wrong.
Dusty Rhodes, is he back?
It's a big.
Give me a clue.
The guy that performs the Friday song.
Oh, Todd Rundgren.
Jeez, you knew the name.
I do.
Ding. Where's your ding sound?
Right there.
Don't want to work.
There we go. One for Jeremy. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of self-conscious. I mean, if he's in town, I say, hey, what'd you do to my song, man?
Are you freaking kidding me? We got Matt here. You could have brought your guitar and sang it. And, just an honor to respect the man.
I know.
I love the Friday song.
Here's the thing with, and the big to-do about Todd Rundgren tonight, who is probably going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up here very soon, is how they tout this show as being
unpredictable.
Totally unpredictable.
Yeah, because he is.
And I understand that. And I wonder if because it's a Friday, people will be off for the weekend, if people will be full on expecting
the Friday song.
I don't want to work.
Oh, you got to do that.
Bang the drum.
But he's the type of guy that
wouldn't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. I could see him doing it like at the end, maybe, or almost in medley form, But he's kind of a clown too. He's a funny guy.
Okay.
I would think that would be a good song to end on. You get everybody involved.
But as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all that, he's a producer. I mean, he's a composer. He's done everything. So yeah, he really deserves to be in.
I just remember his infomercial he did on MTV back in the day about protecting your hearing. Do you remember? They played that for years.
No,
Hi, I'm Todd Rundgren with these crazy sunglasses, and I'm a producer. You know, and he'd be like, "You got to protect your hearing and wear your."
No, but also he was the guy that on the ground floor, like the interactive computer and music thing. He saw that coming a long way off.
Hey, can we get back to the Friday song?
Sure.
You know what would have been awesome is if you were there to produce it live, like you had a like our soundboard here, and you know, because you know you do the drops in there, and you know it's like
talking diva.
You know,
this plan is so perfect. It's
yeah, I don't know if Todd would go for that, but you never know.
Because you do a great job mixing those together.
Oh, well,
that doesn't come prepackaged. That is a Seth original right there.
It is tough.
I'm looking at the set list right now.
Don't say it, Jeff.
No.
Don't do it.
I don't do that either.
Don't ruin everyone's night. They want to be
no
surprised.
It's what he played like the other night or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then unpredictable. Nope.
That's what the tour
means
is
nothing.
Called. It's called the unpredictable.
I mean, you could probably look at set list. And there's 3 or 4 songs he plays all the time.
You post the set list for tonight?
Well, no. This website it ruins it for everyone.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I don't.
No, he likes to tell everybody what he's going to do.
Be satisfied
the order
or
it's going to
disappointed.
go in, and then no one's surprised. And it's, you know, some people.
I will tell you this. Okay.
No, turn your radio
off. On Halloween, he did a show in Australia, and the set list from Australia to Fort Collins is totally different. 100% different. Like, there is not any...
It's all cover songs, right? I mean, is he doing...
Well, the other night in Fort Collins, there were a lot of songs that he did from other artists.
Well, yeah, he did, and there's a lot of songs you probably think are other artists are actually his.
Yeah, that he has.
He wrote for England Dan and John Ford Coley, for God's sake.
What was their
for God's sake?
What was their big soft rock song?
I'd really love to see you tonight. But yes. Todd wrote "Love Is the Answer." Yeah, that was him. And you never know what he might do. He's been around for like 50 years doing music, and you know, with Utopia and his own stuff. I saw him with Ringo's All Star Band the first time I saw him.
Oh yeah,
a few years ago at Vina.
And tonight you can see him. Tickets are still available, I would imagine. Oh, this is one of my favorite yacht rock.
This isn't the one he wrote, though. This isn't.
No, this isn't. Yeah. But this is their big song.
This is "Love Is the Answer." You just said he wrote it.
No, this is "Really Love to See You Tonight." I'm not talking about the linen.
You've got one going on. He's got one going on, and we're going to just mash up in the line.
No, I've got him off. Watch. See, that's Jeff.
I was thinking maybe later on.
Now this is "Love Is the Answer."
Oh.
This is one of my soft rock favorites. Oh, you have your speakers on down there. Sorry, I get after him about all this crap. He lazy leaves his speakers up.
Well, I have to cue things up, and I don't hear them.
This is. I'm not going to say I like this song. I won't say it just like because
will you sing it with him?
You sing this song for Jeannie?
No.
If you don't sing it with him, I'm going to sing it with him. Seth will sing. Will you sing it with me? You're a musician, right?
Yeah.
Yacht rock.
Shine on me. Love is the answer.
How come you don't sing that well when you do that karaoke?
You know what's funny is I hear these songs and I like to drink and listen to these. And Armando's right here.
What'd you do with the money for the singing lessons?
And
that's
then
what we want to know.
I think, like, God, this song came out in the mid-'70s. And what if my parents, were getting it onto this song, and now I drink wine and smoke cigars? And
you went there.
Hey, Armando.
Is it weird that I think about stuff
That's
like that?
That's a little weird.
Okay.
I don't,
except for the little part.
My mom and dad, and none of that ever crossed. Until now, thank you very much. It's going to scar me for the next hour.
Never, yeah.
Jeff
never
really
hear the
wants
song
to
the
talk
same
to
again.
Just because, out of curiosity, what's your favorite England Dan and John Ford Coley song? Is it this one? Or is it "I'd Really Love to See You Tonight"?
Armando, if you think he's speaking another language, I'm with you. I don't understand what he just said.
Armando, are you there? Yeah, he's there.
I'm right here, man.
All right, what do you think, Armando?
This is what I came up with, man. It's the limited edition Miller High Life champagne bottle.
That is correct, but I asked you a different question.
What?
You win. You win.
Yeah,
He knows the show.
He really knows the show.
But more important than that, can you tell the difference between these two songs, or does it sound like the exact same song?
They really do sound the exact same song.
It sounds like the exact same song,
Good job,
man.
Armando.
Me too. I agree with you, Armando.
Okay.
What are you doing?
England Dan and John Ford.
Coley. John Ford Coley.
Are they still doing a thing? I mean,
no. England Dan would be no longer with us.
So, sitting in the background today on the show was my
sad.
My dad Jeff, who we've talked about on the program many
So we
times.
brought in English Jeff.
And he looks really bored.
Can't imagine.
This is not your music, Jeff?
This is the guy that here, you got to pull that up to your mouth to talk into it. This is the guy that has
the microphone, you mean?
He wears shirts to family reunions that says "Uncle with benefits," and he takes pictures with his nieces.
He doesn't go there to pick up women, though, right? Yeah.
But my brother bought the T-shirt for me.
Yes, I've said that. I have said that.
And he has 2 girls. So.
Yeah.
So that makes it okay.
They share a bond like no other brother.
That makes it 100% okay. I pull up in my van and I listen to put on the England Dan and John Ford Coley, and everybody knows that I'm there for the reunion.
It works every time.
Armando Sanchez, you are going. Congratulations. We got Aeromyth for you, okay?
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right. See you later.
Enjoy.
Have fun.
What'd you kill the music for? I was really digging
Song's
that.
done.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll get out of here. Enjoy your time together next week, boys.
Yeah, tune in for the
Jeff and Matt.
The Matt and Jeff, and sometimes Jeremy from phone. No.
Sometimes Jeremiah.
I'm not calling in.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm not calling.
We really don't know what we're doing.
We may call you.
No,
We used to do a podcast together.
It's an unpredictable morning.
That is long in the rear view. A lot has happened.
Do the two dads.
It's going to be
the two drunk dads.
You will not want
podcast.
to miss it. It's going to be legendary. Radio.
Yeah.
It'll be like Todd Rundgren radio because it'll be totally unpredictable.
More like unplanned, but okay.
Unplanned and unpredictable.
Lots of call-ins.
All right, we're out of here. Seth, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Get ready for the Friday song, and have a great weekend.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hey, get in here. They're about to kick off.
I'm coming.
Boy, this streaming isn't very good. What kind of internet you got?
Satellite. This time.